Hey, you guys, excuse the setup. Let me go ahead and confront it from the beginning. Alex and I are on the go today. So, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon from beautiful Miami. My name is Maryam Isa Al Ali Zastifel. I put God first. This is my story, and I have a purpose. I help others embrace their authentic self to serve a bigger purpose. Everything I do in my life, from the minute I wake up in the morning to the minute I go to sleep at night, is the service of something bigger than who I am. And today's topic, guys, is going to be one of these topics that brings to you guys a skill that you can use, especially for you ladies. This is again, if I didn't mention it already, this is about you women who want to go ahead and excel in their lives and do something bigger. So that the skill that I will be helping you today is pretty much something Alex and I have been using and utilizing, and it is how to go ahead and track your finances with your husband, with your fiance, with your significant others. So pretty much with today we're also gonna keep it short and we're gonna get to the point of it. The reason we are giving you guys this content is because I'm sure many of you guys have been trying to get to a certain level of your life in terms of understanding your personal finances. So when you add another person into your life, like your partner, your husband, in this case, you need to go ahead and do it in a bigger scale, as in you need to put it with another person, right? I personally was not very good with my finances for a very long time, and I learned how to be good at it. And when I got together with my husband, we needed to figure out a way to track our finances. So here's what we do. The number thing we do when it comes to our finances is we look at them every single day. So every single day when we wake up in the morning, we go ahead and check how much we have in our different accounts. I'm going to talk about the four different kind of accounts in a second. But the first thing we do is we go ahead and we look at every single account out there, and we see how much money is in it, and we do it together. Now many partners, they don't do this together. They assume how much money the other person is making, and by the end of the day, guys, like, it's partnership, meaning that both of you guys need to understand like how much if each one of you guys are making, and how much money you guys have together. Again, it's partnerships. And if your partner is actually invested in the relationship, they will definitely do that. They will actually be the ones welcoming the idea of doing it. So Alex and I, we look at our finances every single day. Every single day we look at the finances, how much money we have, how much money we made, and so on and so forth. The second thing is the different kind of accounts when it comes to you as partners. So we have four different kinds of accounts. The first type of account is pretty much the business account, or like which has like kind of different businesses account. But I'm not gonna get into the details of that. Let's say you have one business account. This is if you guys are running a business together, like Alex and I, we go ahead and we put all of our money in there, right? Well, the business money goes in there, right? And then from there we have a second account, which is our joint account. The joint account, we put things in it from the business, and this pretty much will, that one will literally cover like the life expenses, whatever it is. And then we have our individual account, so my account and Alex's account. So therefore, the first one is the business account, the second one is the joint account, and then the third and fourth is my account and Alex's account. This way, I have my own way to go ahead and deal with my own money. Alex has his own way to deal with his own money, right? And the joint account, as I mentioned, this joint account is for like both of you guys to go ahead and cover the expenses of that business, of whatever you guys are doing as well. Now this is very important because you don't want to mix things together. You don't want to just put it in random credit cards or random debit cards. You need to know where it's coming from. And this is where there is a lot of different challenges when it comes to partnerships, is because not many of them know how to go ahead and take that skill and do something with it. So business account, if you guys are running a business together, a joint account, and his account and my account as well. This way things are more organized, you know where your money is going. So going back to the first step, every time we check our finances, we know what happened, where did the money go, and so on and so forth. And again, one time I was talking to this to a group of women, and they're like, Maria, what about privacy? There is always a privacy. It doesn't mean that, when Alex is doing that, there is no privacy between me and him. But again, this is brings actually the relationship into a bigger level of transparency. Alex and I, our relationship is based on transparency and communication. If I cannot communicate with him about money, I cannot communicate with him about any other thing. Many of us gets into relationship just because, I was told that I have to get into any relationship because I'm getting older. But the idea of it, when you choose to be with a partner in life, you have to be very intentional about it, and you have to be very intentional about the value you want to add to that person as well. So, number one, look at the finances together. Number two, make sure that you have these four different accounts that it works for us. That's why we're sharing it with you. And the fourth thing, when it comes to our finances, when it comes to making decisions about money, and Alex and I, we had this discussion already earlier. If we know this additional investment, be it in business, be it in ourselves, training, whatever it is, books, whatever it is that we need to go ahead and invest in, if I'm not with him or he's not with me and he need to make that decision, we make that decision. If we know that decision is good for both of us, we go ahead and make that decision. Like, we do not say, oh my god, I need to go ahead and talk to my spouse about it, because we already had an agreement. And our agreement is anything that will help us prosper and do more for ourselves and for the people around us, we go ahead and do, right? So, as we mentioned, number one, you look at the finances every day together. Number two, you have different accounts. Number three, as I mentioned, this one, you guys need to have an agreement, some kind of a financial agreement, anything. There should be some kind of an agreement, because you don't want to say, oh my god, no, why did you do that, and blah blah blah, and you're not supposed to be investing this much money or something like that. Whatever. I trust Alex when he makes the decision, and he trusts me. Even when I think last time I did something like this was something very simple. I saw two books. I'm like, wow, these books are amazing. So apparently it's gonna be for both of us. So it's coming from that joint account, of course. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just buy it. I bought it without consulting Alex, because I know Alex is okay with me making this investment in like two books that are $70, right? Because if we have the confidence in doing it with $70, we'll have the confidence to do it with 70 million. And that's the difference between someone who want to go ahead and do something massive with their life, and they understand that their spouse is on board or not. So I know, like, this is gonna be a very short one, guys, but it's to the point. It is pretty much a skill we share with you that is going to be helping you flourish in an area of your life. So, what I want you guys to do, this is again an advice, and this is what works for me and Alex. Number one, make sure you are confronting your money with your spouse every day. Number two, make sure you have separate accounts, because this is in terms of transparency and the clarity is much better. And number three, like, go ahead and make sure that you guys have a prior agreement on something. Like, for us, this is our prior agreement. It's always there, right? Because this prior agreement gives you guys that it makes things easier, and it moves things quicker with you guys. So with that being said, guys, we are on the way, on the road today, but we had to do something. We had to put some content for you guys out there. So this is Conquer with Maryam. We come to you guys every single Wednesday, and to bring to you guys a skill that you can definitely apply. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you guys around. Take care. Have a good one. Bye bye, and thank you for joining.